Hello everybody and welcome back to the Limit of Adhesion and our GT3 season. Rise of the Tin Tops, Year Zero, hashtag roofs confirmed. My name's Gareth and joining me in commentary is our GT3 manager Adam Highfield and chairman of the board, Jules. How you guys doing?
After you, Adam.
Yeah, hey Gareth, how you doing?
Yeah, excellent, thanks. So taking a look at the championship standings then, and William Bibby is leading Adam Highfield, following David Lyon in third. We're looking very close to the top there. Look, 56, 51, 51, 42. That is very exciting indeed. Gavin Kelly in fifth on 42. As we wait to take a look at the team standings then. See cars coming out of the pit lane there. That's the BMW of Jason Larson, who's 14th in the championship. Here we go then. LB Racing currently leading the way, 105 points to Rumblebee's 94, 60 points for Cannon Fodder in third, and a bit of a battle brewing with the Cannon Fodder boys versus Blackpink. Blackpink missing Will Burnett last time out, but Cannon Fodder missing Winslade this time. So, one driver around per piece.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who comes out top, especially there's a couple of other teams behind them as well.
Exactly, yeah, very close indeed. So let's take a look at the practice times then. David Lyon on top once again with a 127.719. Adam Highfield in second, and Rob Miller showing very well for little and large. And it's very close between him and Adam Highfield in second. So like three different cars there, because Mclaren for Adam Highfield this time compared to his BMW from before. So going with the fastest car on the grid then, I guess. Cars on the grid then. We can see David Lyon's gold chariot, the Mclaren.
Good luck, everyone.
We hear from Kelly there, and there's Miller's BMW on the right. As we hear from Miller. Don't often hear from that man. It's nice.
Everyone's very polite at the start, aren't they?
Yeah. So here's the grid then. Lyon, Miller, Tranter, Highfield. Fieldgrave's in fifth from Kelly in sixth. Seventh is Bibby. Eighth is Walker. Ninth is Paul Dixon. 10th is Weaver. 11th is our new boy Michael Paul. Welcome to you. Jason Larson is in 12th. 13th is The Ledge. 14th is Burnett, not showing well at Okayama. 15th Jake Weaver. 16th is Stephen Cakebread. Welcome to yourself as well, another new starter. And 17th on the grid is Keith Schooling. So the big surprise you can see there on that timing screen is The Ledge is running the Ford GT. You can just about see it in that left-hand queue of cars. An interesting choice of car, Adam.
Yeah, I think interesting's the right word. We'll see how he goes, but not the most favoured GT car out there in the iRacing world, it's got to be said.
Yeah, a few challenges to it. Jules, have you ever tried the Ford?
I don't own it, so no, I haven't. But I hear it's not the easiest to get pace out of. So.
Good luck to him in it.
Good luck, yeah. It's nice to see that variety of cars on the grid, though. So, especially as if you look at the front there with McLaren, two BMWs and another McLaren, it's then plenty of Ferraris as well.
As you say, Highfield switching to the McLaren there as well, so
yeah,
two of each.
Dave's gone.
BMW. Yeah, Dave, early start then, very rapid. Well pointed out, Jules. He's streaking clear, defending to nothing down the inside there. As they come into turn one, and Miller missing his braking zone and gone into the gravel straight away, so came in far too hot there. That's a big shame, and he's plummeting down the order then.
I'm not sure, I think he was maybe at a different track or something there.
Well, yeah, it's just maybe he thought he was still in the Formula Renault. So here they come into Atwood for the first time then. It's Lyon leading Tranter leading Highfield. Miller is right at the back then. Here they come then. Look at them all diving around looking for slipstream as they charge down this long back straight towards the hairpin.
That does sound very glorious, doesn't it?
Yeah, that must have been the Mercedes. Doing a bit of rock gargling. So tell us about the challenges of Okayama with a GT3 car then, guys.
I've I'll let you start there, Gavin.
Well, I mean, I've only driven a Mercedes round here, and that's just it understeers like a pig, like it does anywhere else. But you can easily lose it, as Kelly has just done. Yeah.
Kelly losing it out of Hobbs, and he's heading to the pit lane for a quick repair.
That bonnet's a bit crunched.
Very crumpled. That's not going to help Cannon Fodder's battle with Blackpink at all.
No, and too early to take the fuel there, I suspect. So, an unfortunate one.
Yeah, great point, man. But then hopefully that'll line him up for a good start for the sprint race.
I was going to say, it's obviously a tactical decision to get pole for the sprint.
he's gone very early in a 25-minute race to take himself out in 2 minutes. But yeah, Okayama, as you say, it's a tricky track. It seems that there's just no grip on some of these corners. It's like ice. So especially towards the end in the tighter hairpins, you really have to be very gentle on the throttle.
Yeah, Redman and Hobbs are pretty lethal in a number of cars. And we just saw our first glimpse of the Ford from the ledge. He was following Keith Schooling around. And now we're looking at Michael Poole then.
Nice move there.
Yeah, nice move into the hairpin from him on Jason Weaver. And we see Stephen Cakebread there in the Lamborghini a bit further back. Here's Jason Larson then, sorry, chasing Jason Weaver. The two Jasons together.
Good to see them both up in the points there.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I suspect we'll
look at this in Highfield,
inside.
yeah. Highfield shaping up on Tranter, nothing doing this time. So the McLaren's gaining a bit more popularity. We know Nathan Parker who sadly couldn't make it into this race. He's planning to run it as well as his teammate Line. So yeah, starting to gain a bit more traction in the league.
Yeah, I think. I mean, it's a quick car. If you can get it pointing the right way and not sliding out from you, it's a quick car, as David Line has shown multiple occasions. I think potentially drivers maybe even just switching it up for testing for next season, really.
Yeah.
A few races left, so.
Good to get the right car locked in for next season. And we see Cakebread lining up on Jake Weaver into the hairpin, not this time. We saw something weird there a minute ago with Burnett just pulling over to the side out of Williams and letting the ledge through. Not sure what was going on there. He's now running in 15th place.
I understand he was having a technical glitch. Apparently his frames per second went down to about slideshow, and so he wasn't actually sure where he was.
Right. A replay then of Miller on Cakebread. Oh. Wow. So yeah, looks like a bit of oversteer there for Cakebread through Williams, and unfortunately Miller was there. There goes the legend is Ford.
Miller's car looks surprisingly okay after that, given Kelly's doesn't.
Yeah, it's weird actually, considering, yeah, like you say, Miller's been in the wall twice and yet his car doesn't look that bad, and Kelly one hit in the wall and his car looked wrecked.
Yeah,
BMW's
sure made of...
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing, those BMWs are made of brick, I think.
Yeah.
Oh no, the ledge recovering then from a spin. Is that a turn one? Yes. He's being chased by Kelly then. We're looking at Highfield, still trying to get past Tranter to come through the hairpin. The top three still very, very close together then. Line just a bit over a second ahead of the chasing two. Fieldgrave showing well once again in fourth place. And they've had a bit of a change of livery this time, it looks like.
I think they've got synchronised between them both cars. So actually now looks like a team.
McLaren decided not to run the lights on again. A bit of energy saving by the looks of it, when every other car seems to.
Yeah,
Slightly odd one.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Is it worth some extra time, maybe?
Maybe it's like NASCAR and they're just painted on.
Yeah. Well, it's not like a Scale Electric's car where they're draining the battery. Oh, look, who's that in the pits then? Jason Larson. This is an early stop then, isn't it, Adam?
That looks on the margins, but maybe he's done the calcs.
Cakebread shaking up on Weaver into T1.
We'll have to see where Larson comes out. I imagine he's going to drop into a nice big space of clean air.
Oh, you're right there. He's come out in last place, and if we look... Oh, sorry, he's not even out of the pits, is he? Actually, this is a long stop, isn't it?
It's on the move now. Yeah, does seem a long time.
If he didn't have much fuel in at the start, he's going to have to have fueled it for the rest of the race, isn't he? So maybe that explains his 15-second stationary time.
Yeah. On board with Adam Highfield in the curiously bare Mclaren cockpit. Doesn't look very empty compared to the Ferrari, for example. Mind you, the Ford looks really basic. Here comes Kelly on the Ford, schooling just ahead of these two.
So the Ford looks about half as high as the Mercedes.
It's crazy low, isn't it?
The Mercedes might just eat it.
It's funny the way... Go on.
Sorry. Done a good job on the livery there as well. It looks something from Knight Rider, the Ford. It's very retro.
Yeah, he's done a really nice mix of his... oh no, look, there's Kelly on the inside, and no, the ledge is round. Oh, bit of a contact there. He did leave the door open a bit though, didn't he? That's a bit of a curious one. Lights the rear tyres up as he gets going once again.
I suspect the stewards will have a glimpse of that one.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, so his livery is a blend of Team Jägermeister, which he's still racing for this season, and the Monster Mule. I'm not drunk Monster Mule, but I guess he likes it.
See Walker trying to avoid the toe down there as well.
Yeah, look at Cakebread then. What a great outbraking move on Weaver. Weaver's still defending though. Oh, that was a very nice move into Atwood there. I like that.
And he's got the inside.
We know Jake defends really well. He had such a tremendous battle with that man in the third car there, Miller, at Nürburgring, but not this time though. Miller's just done him. So Weaver losing 2 places there, and Cakebread up into the top 10.
Yeah, Miller just following him through there.
Yeah.
Nice move.
I wonder if he thought maybe he's just not got the pace to hold them off, and perhaps it would be easier just to let them through and follow them.
Yeah, certainly with Miller. I mean, he qualified 3rd, didn't he? So he's clearly got the pace. Just had that mind dump on turn 1, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Which seems to be why he's running down in 11th, not in the top 4 or 5.
Perhaps he did what I've done in the past. He hit the clutch instead of the brake pedal.
Oh, that's that would be an unfortunate mistake. And he's trying to get past Cakebread. Probably better to wait till he gets out of Atwood in a couple of corners' time.
Yeah, Jake Wheeler's not letting him go either. He's right there with them.
Well, he loves the race, doesn't he? He was fantastic at the Nürburgring. Some really quality entertainment there from him and Sam Stott.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was great racing.
Come back soon, Sam.
Yeah. And Chia Malarin, we look forward to welcoming you both back. So am I right, Cakebread is our first South African entrant into the league? Is that right?
Yeah, I believe so. That's another country ticked off the LOA list.
Yeah, we need to get the LOA atlas out and update our little pinboard and show where all the drivers are from.
Scratch off map, yeah.
Yeah.
Still mostly this little island, but hey, we are expanding.
Every time you scratch off a map, off the country, just says LOA underneath. We're on board with Miller then, attacking Cakebread as they come through Hobbs.
He's riding that bumper.
Cakebread's putting up a good defence here. He's not giving Rob any gaps to get into.
I can just see Miller's bumper there, his hood as well, so it does look like it has clipped out of place a little bit from his previous crashes.
Yeah, good spot.
I can guarantee you from driving the BMW, it doesn't normally look like that shape. That doesn't look very symmetrical.
see some unfortunate three-letter initials going around the track.
Yes, poor Stephen Paul.
Michael Paul.
Sorry, yes, Michael Paul. Too many new drivers, I can't keep up.
Oh, and what's going on there at the hairpin then? Walker and Dixon then coming together. Just saw a cloud of smoke, and then the Ferrari and BMW emerging from it.
And Ledger's in the pits. Is this scheduled or a damage?
Well, he's driving in, so perhaps it is the scheduled stop.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get a replay of Dixon and Walker there, but no positions changing that, so can only assume a little coming together, and off they went again.
Yeah, Miller shaping up into Redman, but it's, you need a decent run out of Piper to make that happen. It's been a decent overtaking spot over the years for the LOA though. We've had some good moves into Redman in the Radical and skipping.
Yeah, just looking at the top as well. We've got Tranter only 0.6 back. Oh, as Miller did get the move done there.
I sent it down the side of Oliver, and he came in.
To hear from Dixon. I've never heard Dixon before. It's quite fascinating.
Shed some light on what
It
we
was
saw.
my fault, so I let him carry on ahead rather than take him. So I shouldn't lose the penalty.
Even more illuminating.
Yeah.
Doing our job for us.
It's fascinating to hear what the drivers are thinking in the moment. I like that a lot. Meanwhile, here is our front two then, and as you say, Adam, the gap has shrunk dramatically.
Yeah, Tranter seems to be finding a bit more pace.
Yeah.
He seems to have pulled away from Highfield and caught line, which is a bit ominous for line.
And the Ledge is out of the pits now, but he's a full lap down, so he must have had to limp it back with some serious damage on it to fall behind like that. Here's a replay of Dixon and Walker then into the hairpin. Oh yeah, Dixon thought about the move, but just had the corner.
Yeah, very sportsmanlike to let him go again.
Yeah, we've had a few examples of that over the years, and I think it's definitely the best thing to do and the right thing to do.
Yes, looked upon very favourably by the stewards as well.
Yeah. Gary Richards doing the same thing for Nathan Parker at Suzuka in the Formula Renault, and Winslade letting Richards by actually after nerfing him at Scuba.
I think I may have a bit of front end damage.
Dixon telling us that he's got a bit of front end damage.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, and I imagine Ollie's got some rear end damage.
Yep. So we can see on the timing tower we've got Dix being chased by Pooh.
Unfortunate. Oh, here's a new one. Top speeds.
That's a very cool graphic. And look at that though, Ledge only 219. The Ford has very, very long gearing, doesn't it? It struggles to get up to fifth gear down around this track. Compared to
I take it that'll work in the pit.
Of the others.
Everyone's fairly close, except Line and Tranter are getting nearly 240k out of it.
Yeah, that's just a super run off the final corner then, isn't it? Oh no, I suppose it would be off Atwood. They'll be doing their fastest times down the back straight. Meanwhile, there's William Burnett then coming in from 14th place. Car's so low you can barely see it over the wall. And Weaver, as you say. Ooh. That's one feature of iRacing I really wish they'd sort out. I suppose they do it just to stop the kind of chaos we saw in the Brickcast Snetterton pit lane.
Yeah, I think there's enough incidents on track as it is that they just decided to eliminate the pit lane incidents.
Yeah, probably quite wise.
But you're right, it doesn't look great.
Yeah, they don't leave much gap between the two pit boxes either, do they? I mean, they are quite literally bumper to fender, so...
Yeah, I always try and avoid a car coming out, but it sometimes just seems literally impossible. You can't get enough lock-on to do it.
Well, it's hard to see your lollipop man as well, isn't it, sometimes, when there's a car
Yeah,
near yours.
Parked, right up into his groin.
Yeah. Look at this then. This is Jake Weaver and Jason Larson. Jake's getting a tremendous run.
Good line from Jason Larson just to hold him off there.
And of course they're battling with Schooling just ahead of them.
Yeah, this is all four position then, 13th, 14th and 15th on the track. Schooling going to the inside, then as they come to Redmond. Larson round the outside. Wow, what a ballsy move that was. He's probably quite relieved to have that car between him and Weaver behind, because Weaver was gaining on these two at such a rate of knots.
Yeah, Weaver will want to get past quickly then to resume that battle.
Yeah, I suspect he'll be giving it a good run here. Here he goes.
Jake Weaver to the inside of Keith Schooling into turn one then. Schooling hanging on around the outside as they come to Williams. And Jake gets the move done.
Well,
look at that then. David Lyne in the pit lane, in the McLaren. Tranter going through for another lap, was going for the overcut. As has Fuelgrave.
And Highfield.
Yeah, and Bibby in as well from 5th place. And Walker in as well, so it's getting quite busy then. 17 minutes into the race, this is the ideal time.
Yeah, I think this is approaching empty tank time.
Indeed, yeah.
Oh, those lights do work on the McLaren.
Oh, they do.
It always flashes when it's in the pit lane on the limiter. You watch, and when he comes out, there he goes, off the limiter. The lights go out.
He also just went through the safety car. Another example of the ghosts in the pit lane.
Yes. So Lyne rejoins in 6th place then, behind Tranter, Highfield, Fuelgrave, Dixon and Weaver, who have yet to stop. Nice to see Weaver so high up though, Jason Weaver that is. Here's Mark Tranter currently running P1 then through the hairpin. Is he going to pit at the end of this lap?
I imagine he has to, surely. You can't imagine he can go much further than this.
No, but look at Kelly then, really on the back of Walker now. Walker just pitted obviously though.
Kelly has had his fuel stop as well. So
oh, he has?
Okay, yeah, so he's stopped twice, so they are racing for position for the rest of the race now.
Good spot. We've got Walker to the inside out of the corner. He's defending thin air though a bit. We've cut away there then. So this is our former leader David Lyne. He has stopped. The cars ahead of him have yet to stop, including Weaver ahead of him. So here we go then. That's Tranter and Highfield into the pit lane.
That's bad news for Lyne being caught behind anyone on this lap.
He's still behind him.
That could cost him.
This is costing him valuable time, like you say. Weaver into the pit lane now, as is Miller. Fuelgrave has stayed out.
That's exceptionally silly or exceptionally good fuel management.
He's in the Lamborghini, isn't he? So has he just timed this? No, sorry, he's in the Ferrari, isn't he? So we know the Ferrari seems to manage to go the longest out of most of the cars. Oh no, Tranter's coming out the pits and he's gone into the side of Lyne. So, wow, that's one for the stewards perhaps. They're still fighting as they come through Williams.
Well, that shows how much time Lyne lost there behind the shelf squirrel.
Yeah. Tranter on the outside of Atwood. He's just got a fantastic run out of the corner then. So here we go, McLaren versus BMW down the straight. There's Highfield behind, and he's done it. Tranter ahead, Lyne looking for a slipstream, but he is now behind Mark Tranter in the Kairos competition.
How is that possible? That brick versus that slice in a drag race. How did the brick win?
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it?
What's
Meanwhile,
it got under the hood?
Fuelgrave is into the pit lane then. You can just see on the driver tracker. There he is.
I bet he's on fumes.
He's got to be on fumes, but he was... So where was he running for? He was running P4 at the start of the race, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It was. So, can he creep out ahead of Highfield and or Bibby?
Yeah, here comes Line and Tranter. His teammate Burnett has just gone through to start the lap, so he's about
He's
a
on
lap
the
down.
move.
Here he is. Oh, he's coming up. There's the leader, there's Tranter, and there's Line. Into turn... Oh, gosh, I thought we were heading for another collision in turn 1, but... Wow! Andrus fuel grade then. So it just shows you how much that lap behind Jason Weaver in the Shell Squirrel has held up Line. He's lost 2 positions from first down to third.
That was inspired. Bit of tragedy there.
It's very aggressive strategy, and it's paid dividends. 2 places he gained there.
Yeah, no, so tremendous drive from fuel grade there. Meanwhile, Kelly still behind Walker. And those two are now 7th and 8th. Now the fuel stops have shaken out a bit. Jason Weaver down to 10th. Michael Paul running 11th at the moment. Jake Weaver is up to 12th. Kate Bread is 13th. Larson 14th. Schooling is 15th and in the pit lane. Then you've got Burnett and the ledge. Wow, look at Kelly then. He was on the inside of the hairpin, now to the outside through Piper. Oh, he's sideways. Wow, what a catch. Nearly lost it through Revolver. And he... No, that was an astonishing catch. We've got a replay of Cake Bread then and Larson as they come down to Atwood. And wow, did Cake Bread just didn't seem to break there.
Or turn.
Came in with some pace, didn't he?
Yeah. Another one for the stewards, unfortunately, then. Here's our front, our top 3. And the Mclaren looking for a way back past the Ferrari. You see that pit straight. So Line 12 laps and fuel grade the full 14 laps. One more than anybody else in the field.
Yeah, I mean that's exceptionally good fuel conservation to get 14 laps out of these cars. I mean,
yeah. Although I noticed that Kelly said 1 and then 13, so has he done 2 stops or has he just done the 1?
Possibly just the 1. Looking at the times there as well, it was a slow stop for Highfield. He was stationary for 10 seconds there. Everybody else pretty even Stevens, wasn't it?
Yes.
And that 10 seconds has probably cost him a place here as well.
Yes, indeed. So we've got about a minute and a quarter left, and the order is now Tranter from fuel grade from Line, Highfield, Bibby, and then Walker is in 6th, 7th is Dixon, 8th is Miller, Weaver, and then we've got Paul is up to 10th, and Kelly is down to 11th. So has Kelly pitted, or has he just made another error?
I suspect you're right. Maybe there was fuel required.
Yeah, because he was running just behind Walker. Here we are, final lap then. Can Fuelgrave do anything about Tranter out in front, or is he about to take a first GT3 victory? It's surprising he hasn't taken a GT3 win this year. There's a lot of GT3 racing in other series, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's amazing to see the top 4 are within 2 seconds of each other into the last lap. That's tight.
That's a really good point, actually. Yeah, the level of competition in this category is get ever better.
And Bibby's only 5 seconds back as well. There he is.
There he is. So top 5 all in the same picture. Fuelgrave trying to close in on Tranter. He's going to have one final opportunity, will be at the end of this short straight as they come out of Piper and head to Redmond. Got Line weaving around. He must be furious at falling behind. And to that contact as well. And Highfield is really close to Line as well. Might even knock him off the podium.
Yeah, we might see a drag race here. Although they are in the same car, so I suspect there's not much between them.
No, it's going to be all about, well, whether Line has any damage from that contact and who can get to the final corner first. Meanwhile, Mark Tranter wins at Okayama in the feature race from Andrus Fuelgrade in second. Line holds on for third, and Highfield comes home in fourth. Bibby is in fifth, and here's Oliver Walker then coming home in sixth place. Another fine effort from him, and the highest of the Club 1500 drivers in this race. Here comes the the ledge, a lap down. Paul Dixon finishes then in 7th place. So decent haul for LB. Here comes Miller. That looked a bit wonky as he went over the line. In 8th place, then we wait for Jason Weaver, a fine drive from him then. Michael Paul picking up a point on debut. There he is, coming home in 10th, just ahead of Kelly in 11th.
Yeah, I noticed Miller recovered up to 8th from his initial last place on the first lap, so that's a decent recovery drive.
Absolutely,
yeah. And subsequent crash also. There was multiple incidents for him there, unfortunately.
Yeah, so Jake Weaver finishes in 12th. 13th was Cakebread, who was already in the pit lane. 14th was Larson. 15th was Will Burnett. 16th is Lawrence Aaron Jenkins, the ledge in his Ford.
Racing Dixon, thank
17th
you for letting me take the place back. I don't know, I was slow onto the straight, so you got to run, and then I think you celebrate yourself. It was close, but thank you.
Good respect between the drivers there.
Well, yeah,
Mark slowed down for the wrong pit line.
I did
Well
that
done.
too in practice.
That might explain his slightly slower stop, Highfield.
Indeed, yeah. So here we are then on the grid for the sprint race then. You can see Keith Schooling in the Shelf Squirrel with the yellow stripe on the front, and next to him is the ledge.
Will it be carnage as we've had in the previous sprint races?
Fingers crossed, no. So the cars to look out for. I'd normally say Burnett, but he didn't seem to have the pace in that feature race, did he? So good opportunities for several drivers here.
I think he had the same fastest lap as the ledge, a 30.4 if I recall.
Well, that's unusual for Burnett then.
He's not a big fan of Okayama, is he? It's well known.
He's definitely an Okayama phobic. So the pace car is in, and Schooling once again is going to lead us off for a sprint race, and he has gone.
Oh, has he?
Burnett, oh no, he's going slow, isn't he? Look at Miller. Oh, that's Larry. Miller working his way up to 2nd place, then surely there's going to be a slowdown from that. Cakebread as well. So the ledge is on the outside of Miller as we come through T1. Schooling staying ahead. Yeah, Miller's definitely had a slowdown from that one. Cakebread hasn't though. He's up to 3rd. And he's just dropping it. No, Cakebread's gone in the wall. Keith Schooling still leading the race. Oh no, we've had a big accident then. You can see that's Michael Paul, Cakebread, Highfield.
And Dixon, I believe.
Yeah.
And Miller off again.
Miller off again. Here's Keith Schooling coming down the back straight, and there's the ledge pulling out to the inside. Wow! Line just going up into space. Jason Weaver attacking Walker. Oh, we've had another crash in that corner then. That's, again, not a good start to a sprint race for the LOA. The ledge is leading the race then. Here he comes out of Revolver with Schooling behind him. This is amazing stuff. Tranter though, how's he got up all the way up to 5th already? 4th now as he deposes Kelly. Kelly to the inside, a bit of a shoulder barge there. Contact. So he got away with it. Schooling under attack from Burnett then. That gap's getting very close.
Line out of the race, unfortunately, after his launch, which we might see again, I guess.
I imagine so, yeah. And look at Tranter trying to find a way through Burnett and Schooling at the same time. The ledge is leading the race though. Here he comes through T1. He's all getting very tasty behind. Burnett somehow held off Tranter there. Schooling's just been forecast and past him already. He's still getting up to speed though.
Yeah, Fuel Grave just gone past as well.
Yeah. I understand Schooling's yet to... He's got some new CSL Elite pedals to install, but I think he's waiting before he switches over.
It's a good plug there. It's a good plug, Gareth. If they want to sponsor us, we're open to offers.
Absolutely. Speaking of, what do you think of their new DD wheel?
Yeah. I'll put a 10-minute review up later and we'll tag them in it.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'll definitely get one if I could afford it.
It's a good bit of kit.
Yeah. So, Burnett's been deposed by Tranter, and Kelly is now on the attack. Meanwhile, the Ledge still leading. He's led this entire lap, so well done to him, but he's now got Tranter behind, so now the pressure is going to really get a lot more intense. Out of the final corner then, and Tranter is hunting. And Kelly is hunting Burnett. Tranter to the inside. Can he hold it? Oh no. Oh, the Ledge just out braking himself, getting 2 wheels on the grass, and round he goes, and he is going to plummet down the order now. And he's having to wait. Doesn't want to get an unsafe release there. That's massively unfortunate, but what a glorious lap that was.
Absolutely.
Look at fuel grade then to the inside of Walker as they come through Atwood. Kelly has not got past Burnett yet.
It looked like he was caught up a bit in that Ledge incident. Looks like Kelly was wide as well, I noticed, and had to slam on the brakes.
Oh, well picked up there, Jules. Didn't quite catch that myself. So meanwhile we can see Highfield's being attacked by Bibby then. So replay, there's line going round at Atwood. And Bibby comes in. What is he hitting up there?
Sick.
Yeah.
Oh. It's like 2 replays. Must be a glitch in the Matrix.
It's so good, we see it twice.
Yeah.
And unsurprisingly, he towed after that one.
Yeah. Here's Larson and Weaver then. Larson is getting through and up to 8th place then. Great move there by him. Here's the Ledge being attacked by Miller. Look at the size of that BMW compared to the Ford. The Ford is super wide, but just so low. It's a shame it's such an ill-handling car, because it does look good.
Yeah. Well, there's reports of a Porsche GT3, aren't there, soon? So
yeah,
we'll see that in next season's racing.
We've seen the videos for it, and I know that a number of drivers are very excited for that. I think Tranter is one who definitely wants to be driving that, doesn't he? He's a bit of a Porsche buff in IRL.
All very tight here. Fuel grade Walker, Burnett and Kelly.
Wow, look at this little group. So come to the hairpin, and Kelly has just passed Burnett up into 2nd place then. Miller has got past the Ledge then. And oh, the Ledge just completely outbraking himself, fighting back. And we hear him hitting the barriers and into retirement, I guess. Miller has been towed to the pits.
Yeah, unfortunate one all round this for Miller. He's been on the receiving end of a few bumps and scrapes. Some of his own doing, unfortunately, but
yeah, a bit of a disappointing meeting for Miller, especially after his tremendous victory at Suzuka in the Formula Renault, and his title fight is getting more intense with Line, isn't it? And over on that side.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, can Walker depose Burnett off the podium?
I think he's more concerned about fuel grade behind him.
Yeah. So it's a decent haul of points for Team Blackpink, especially with Cannon Fodder only fielding the one car this time out. Probably Cannon Fodder's worst nightmare in terms of the way this has turned out. Here comes Dixon trying to get past Schooling for the final point. To the inside as they're coming to Atwood, and nicely done, the 2 Ferraris together. And who's that spinning? Was that Jake Weaver?
Yeah.
See, Walker's past Burnett, but we didn't see the move, so maybe into the hairpin.
Yeah, so 3 teams now on the podium then, Tranter in the Claris competition, Kelly in Cannon Fodder, and Walker in the Rumblebee. Here he is. And the second Rumblebee of Highfield is just behind the 2 Blackpink cars. We know how quick fuel grade is, but can Highfield depose either of these 2? Must have been a decent haul for Rumblebees, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
It's like no team orders there at Blackpink.
Well, Fieldgrave seems fairly content just to sit behind his teammate then. 3/10 is the gap. That's waiting for a better passing opportunity, such as into it. Look how wide Highfield went there. Got to be careful doing that in that tricky little Mclaren.
Yeah, that won't end well if you do that every lap.
Yeah. Pooh chasing Dix once again, 9th and 10th. Here we go then, the two Blackpinks side by side as they come down to the hairpin. Burnett on the inside, Fieldgrave on the outside, round he goes. What a move.
That's a great move. Team principal won't like them fighting there, but the move was good.
The move was good, and Highfield looked like he was nearly going to follow him through. Tranter has just disappeared at the front and checked out. Nearly 4.7 seconds is the gap back to Kelly, but it's all very tight between behind. Replay then, Walker to the inside of Burnett at the hairpin, so that's how he got onto the podium. That was a fantastic move as well, nice and forceful. Final lap of the race. So we could just see Tranter at the front there. He's in the 28s, everyone else in the 29s and 30s.
Yeah, Highfield's got Bibby for company now as well.
Yeah, so he's going to have to depose Burnett if he wants to protect his 6th place. On board with the McLaren then. Down to the Atwood curve. And on the brakes.
Try and get a good run out of here.
Oh, the oversteer. That's what did for line on the opening lap. He's got a great run here. Dives to the inside of the last opportunity. Burnett is defending this one for his life, but nothing doing. Highfield is through. And Bibbs wants a piece of this as well.
Yeah, he's going to poke a nose in, I suspect. Last lap of the sprint race.
Yeah. I know. Kelly then. Kelly has just dropped it out of Piper, and that's cost him the podium. What a disaster. Dixon is trying to get past. It's all getting very tight here. So Bibbs is desperate to get past Burnett. Burnett is desperate to get past Kelly. Mark Tranter has won the race in the first double of the season. That's a tremendous result for him. So Mark Tranter, Walker has just inherited 2nd place then. Fieldgrave gets back onto the podium. Burnett coming through on the grass and sideways.
A 10th difference between Walker and Fieldgrave. That was a
What
that
a
was
race
real,
there.
drag
Andrew,
race.
it's all the way to the line. Congrats, Mark. 2 out of 2. Very impressive.
I see Michael Paul picking up another point then. So 2 points finishes. Kelly echoing Burnett's thoughts.
Yeah,
on
great
that
race.
one.
And thank you for commentating. Yeah, big shout out to Gareth. Thank you.
Can you feel the love?
Good run, Keith.
Nice little donut there. So let's take a look at the sprint race results then. Mark Tranter 2 from 2 at Okayama from Oliver Walker, coming home with a tremendous 2nd place from Andres Fieldgrave, who manages 2 podiums as well. Adam Highfield comes home in 4th. Kelly 5th after that last lap incident. Will Burnett 6th place. Will Bibby comes home in 7th. And then we got
Front of your car.
Dixon a bit upset there. And then we've got Larson, Dixon, Michael Paul, 2 points finishes
I
on
may have run
debut.
into a McLaren.
Keith Schooling in 11th, Jake Weaver into the 12th, and Kirkbride was in 13th behind. Championship standings then, Will Bibby maintains his lead at the top, but he's only 2 points behind, ahead of Mark Tranter now. That's looking very tasty indeed. Highfield is in 3rd place, down 1, as is David Lyne in 4th. Oliver Walker is in 5th, and ahead of Kelly, Fieldgrave, Dixon, Burnett, Hankin, Winslade, Miller, Larson, The Ledge, Jason Weaver, Jake Weaver, Keith Schooling, Michael Paul is in 18th, Caleb Sellner is in 19th, Nick Terry is in 20th. Come back, Nick Terry, we miss you. Sam Stott, Chia Mclaren, same to you guys. 21st, 22nd, 23rd is Stephen Capered. Phew, that's a lot of drivers.
Have a pause for breath there, Gareth.
Yeah. Championship standings then. Rumblebees are at the top. Back on top, in fact, ahead of LB Racing. 4 points between them. Kairos Competition are in third and definitely getting hampered by the single entry. Blackpink are in fourth and Cannon Fodder have slipped to fifth. The A team is in sixth, seventh is Little and Large, Jägermeister in eighth, ninth Team Shelf Squirrel, and 10th is Rabbit Hole Motorsports. Next race then, we are going to the Slipstream Chaos of Monza, so that's going to be a hugely exciting race. Don't miss it. And a reminder that you can find us at limitofadhesion.com, facebook.com/limitofadhesion. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the videos and come say hi to us on Discord. Jules and Adam, thanks so much for joining me once again.
Thank you.
Cheers, Gareth.
Cheers guys, see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.